Hi guys, this is Aaron. I hate, I just wanted to say hello, and I just wanted to and and say I just feel very lucky to be honored to be here for 2 years, and I had some things planned, but and they didn't work out. But I decided I would just do another vlog for you guys. I there was a lot of stuff going on in the last week that I wanted to share with you guys. I know how it, and part of why I didn't do this yesterday is because I went to the uh, to a dentist appointment, and when I came home, my nephew was at the house, and you know how my sister is with my nephew being in my videos, and she also doesn't and she doesn't like when I do it, and that's the only reason why, and and I just never got around to it because my nephew likes to come up to in my room when he's around, and he doesn't quite understand that I don't like to have people up in my room because something always goes missing when that happens, or I lose something, and I don't want any of that to happen. I just don't like having people up in my room too often. But anyway, you guys don't need to hear too many things about that. And yeah, I did get, I had, my mom did talk, straighten a few things out for me while I was at my dentist appointment, and we, and unfortunately the dental clinic and recommends I see my regular dentist and my old dentist, and 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 because hers and some I don't know, I wanted to tell you guys something that happened when I was really young, and and it basically he affects my two teeth on my bottom, and those two teeth cause a lot of problems, and but it's not always painful. I've had my good days and my bad days, but for the most part, and they hit the dental clinic recommends I get those two checked, and just to see if it is fixable. I'm hoping it is, because I really don't want to go in too much longer without and 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 have the and serious dental problems later. So I'm probably gonna and look into getting some kind of invisible braces to help on the bottom teeth. I don't know yet. I have to see what my dentist recommends, but anyway, that's enough about that. I shouldn't really be talking about that stuff and about my dental stuff. I did see some stuff going on this weekend that interested me, and one of them is a skee ball tournament, and if anyone is in the Chesapeake area that weekend, and please go see the skee ball tournament, and definitely, and that is and one of my go-to events this weekend. I saw about it on the news about the skee ball tournament. If you're wondering about skee ball, it, it's basically a sport offered in the Summer Olympics, and 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 it is. And and being a fan of the Olympics, I definitely he 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 try to keep track of everything. In fact, I think I'm gonna start my Olympic contest early this year, and just because not a lot of people enter my Olympic contest, and I decided to start it early this year because of how long it will take, but I don't know how it'll go. It'll and I I I'd like to see what happens as far as the Olympics goes next year, and then and you know what that means. Whenever there is an Olympic season coming up, and there's the Mario and Sonic Olympic stuff. So I'll give him to when the game comes out, and to let you guys make predictions as far as how many medals will you guys think the USA will take home. And I love all the USA Olympians, honestly. I don't really have an Olympian I watch most, and because it doesn't make the Olympics as enjoyable, and because there's never a guarantee in that said Olympian will make it. And if you only watch one Olympian, better to just watch the nation, and that's how I am. I like to cheer on anyone from Team USA. I mean, and there are actually a few Olympians I'd like to meet, and I'd love to meet. Well, last summer I actually he he got upset because he was at church, and I was when I got back I realized, oh shoot, I missed Andy Roddick's match, and I wanted to see Andy Roddick's tennis match that morning, and since he was playing, and but I did get to see the Olympics with one of my friends, and so it's always good to watch sports with friends when I can. And this later this week, spring training in baseball starts, and and I'm actually excited for this year. I'm not only because I have a few things planned as far as games go. I I I might just decide to go ahead with the date I originally planned my party for. I could have done it on the 6th, but And there are some people from my church that will be away, and I want to and 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 give a chance for those that and decide not to go on the optional leg and a chance to come. But I might invite some other friends of mine. I can like I might in, I'm not gonna say who yet, but I'll talk about it and when I do who my and when I do a video closer to after the party about who was there and who wasn't. But and that's about how it is. As far as the shows I've been watching, I've been in and nothing that really stood out for me yet. In my favorite shows, I am excited for the new Dancing with the Stars. Definitely, I I I I I don't know if who is gonna be there yet. And I'm hoping I get at least a few people that have been long time requests in the past and not just and people that and nobody enjoys and people that really aren't or people that are famous just for being famous. Those people don't really appeal to me. I'd rather see more big names. Like I remember a few seasons ago, I watched Gladys Knight on the show, and they need more stars like her on the show. More her of those bigger names on the show, and that can have been long time requests. I mean, in and most of the times they disappoint me by casting someone I don't really like, and I've had people that I didn't want cast and that have won, and I really don't like when that happens. And yeah, that's a stab at and someone and that one I thought was undeserving and because of and the fact that he reminded me of someone I didn't like a few seasons earlier, and that is the only reason and I wasn't happy about his casting. But I'm not gonna take a jab at anyone at the person. I mean, and that's the thing. As a fan, I know not to judge, but unfortunately, when you're dealing with someone like Derek or Karina or Chelsea or one of those other big name pros, it's hard for me not to judge them. But mostly, I overly praise my favorite couples and slam my least favorite couples. My least favorite, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash about this, but my least favorite couple to ever be on the show, other than Donnie and Kim, I really did not like I know I'm offending some people that enjoy these guys, but I did not like Kirsty and Max. Oh, worst. couple ever in the history of the show, in my opinion. Didn't like them the first time, not the second time either, and I'm sorry, I just never liked them. I don't see what the big deal around them was, but that's just my opinion. I don't want people slamming me about it, but you know, if you don't like my opinions, you don't have to and, and, and hear about it, I guess. Yeah, and as far as games I'm excited for, I saw some really good games that have been announced this week and that I am excited for. The the new Yoshi game, the new Mario and Luigi game, the new Mario and Sonic game. Those are all games I'm really excited for, actually. And I think in another game that people may be surprised at, and I am excited for. I saw something for Disney Infinity, or what I think is Disney Infinity, and I must say I'm excited for that game as well. If someone can correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me if I got the title name wrong, but I thought it was Disney Infinity, and yeah, I just like the idea of Disney Infinity. I I I almost and normally I don't get excited for Disney titles, but and, and another game I would love to see, Disney Universe 2. Yeah, a second Disney Universe. I just love the idea of him having a second Disney Universe. I'd love to see a Disney Universe too, but I don't know if they have one planned. But I definitely would get that game if I had the chance. I have some other games I would love to see come to the Wii U. I'd like to see the old King's Quest series games back on the Wii U. A new Oregon Trail, kind of bringing back the classic and what ten people liked in the classic, but reinvented because I mean, I tried it in the one on the 3DS, and it just it doesn't bring back the classic and the things I liked in the classic Oregon Trail. I mean, because of the time limit you have to travel. I mean, you do have to get to Oregon by winter, but and the one and that one it ends October, end of October, and how it's impossible. It's hard to think up a good strategy to get you to Oregon by the end of October. When I play it on my computer, I'm lucky if I make it to the Blue Mountains by the end of October. How can And so I know it's not easy to get it and get to Oregon late October, but I guess that's how it is. And I I've been I do watch a lot of them, and I've also been watching some stuff, and I was unsure about earlier this week. I was unsure about what breaking the fourth wall was. I was in saying that I saw some games where someone broke the fourth wall. It's like, what is breaking the fourth wall? And then he basically has what I'm doing to you guys right now. I'm talking directly to the people watching me, where and I don't realize that I'm in front of the camera or in front of the screen, and 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 I'm talking to the people there and not to the other people around me. He, and so yeah, that's breaking the fourth wall. Oh, if you're wondering. I had to explain it to my nephew, but I used reality TV as an example since they tend to, and that's a common thing on reality TV. He, and that makes it easy. I guess it's enjoyable. I and because that shows like Survivor and stuff like that, it's a common thing on Survivor. Even some contestants try to break the fourth wall unintentionally, and they don't realize it. I and as far as who I like on this season, I like Cochran a little more than I did last time, and I was and he seems to have really matured a lot, and I must say it is definitely amazing that he was asked back. He was one, and I do enjoy watching him. I think he's very good TV. I mean, I I hmm, I like Malcolm as well, but and I don't know. He's cool and all. I'd love to have both Malcolm and Cochran at one of my events in the future, but I don't know if they'll do it. And who else I like? I as far as the girls go, I don't know. There's really not too many girls that stand out to me yet. Not too many people stand out to me just yet. I mean, it's only an episode in, and it's all out, and no one really stood out yet as far as how the contestants go. But hopefully next season I'll see more breakout contestants. And there are a few fans I like, and though I like what's that girl's name? I forgot her name. And yeah, and she was and she had blonde hair. I know that. I forget who it was, but there was a fan with blonde hair I liked, but I forgot her name. If someone can tell me her name, that would be appreciative. But there is a girl with blonde hair on the fans tribe, and I'll let and whoever guesses her name right will be open to coming to see me at one of my volunteer to cheer events in the future. If someone can let me know which contestant it is someone on the fans tribe. And she has blonde hair, I know that much, but I forget who she was. Maybe the name will stick out next week. I'm hoping it will. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.